Simplified Chaos, episode 67.
Life is beautiful and full of chaos.
And it can get slightly out of hand if that shit's not tamed.
We're here to share how to simplify the little things to help you lead a more intentional life.
This is Simplified Chaos.
Hello, wonderful friends. Welcome to another episode of Simplified Chaos. This is Jillian, one of your hosts, and I'm with my husband and co-host, Nicholas.
What's going on, folks? Another week in quarantine, so to say.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, hope you all are doing well. Thank you for tuning in today. We hope you guys are still out there holding strong and, just making the most of this crazy situation.
For sure. It's very interesting.
It definitely is. So what are we diving into today, Jilly?
Well, like the chaos and crazy times we're in, this is all about a challenge that we created just to help keep us going forward during this strange time at home.
Yeah, so we've challenged ourselves and we are going to challenge you as well to join us if you choose to accept. You should accept because it's fun.
I feel like we're about to start some kind of game show that involves physical challenges.
I know, right?
Stuff.
Double Dare.
Yeah.
Something crazy with green slime and
what was
chocolate.
That one Nickelodeon show?
What would
Purple
you do?
Monkeys. No.
Oh, Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yes.
I heard that's supposed to be making a comeback.
Can we create that at the house?
We might have to. Hey, we've got plenty of creativity going on here.
We sure do.
Yeah. That's a little, what is that?
Foreshadowing.
A little tickler.
Ew, stop it.
Anyways, before we dive into this crazy challenge, let's show a little gratitude. Jilly, what are you grateful for this week?
I am grateful for family.
Yes. We've been spending a lot of time with each other.
Yes, and I'm just so grateful that we just get along. We've had a lot of questions about our situation because we are co-living with my sister and her fiance and their little baby, and people are just wondering how's it going? And are you guys getting enough space and time to yourselves? And we are doing phenomenal.
Yeah, it's been a true team effort, and things have just kind of gone on like it normally would. We're at home, my future brother-in-law. We're at home. Some of us still have to go to work, but at the same time, we're making the most of this situation, and it's been really great to have another family here with us.
Yeah, I feel very grateful that we do live with another family, so that way we have our own little get-togethers and little parties and whatnot in the house. And
then we just celebrated your sister's birthday last week. We got all dressed up and ordered Vita Taco. And
was that last week or 2 weeks ago?
Maybe 2 weeks ago.
Jeez.
Man.
The days are running together.
Yes, they are. It's crazy.
All right.
But that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about you, babe?
I'm grateful for the small businesses that are risking it all and are still open and trying to, make a living and, putting out some quality stuff. We took a little break on Wednesday during my lunch and went and got a latte at one of our favorite local coffee shops that's still open, Ragamuffins in Laurel, Maryland. And then, tonight we just had another good meal from the good folks at Founders. And wouldn't you know it, we had a roll of TP that was included in our dinner bag. Mm-hmm. So it was really cool. And, we're just grateful that these businesses are still open and still serving and making these transactions as easy as possible. With dinner tonight, they collected everything over the phone. Even the tip on the credit card, they're getting it ahead of time. So they're we want to make sure that, you guys are cool. We'll just hand you a receipt. It'll be in the bag or whatever. And, they're all, adjusting and going out of their way. So I'm truly grateful for the hard work that these folks are putting in.
Yeah. And it's nice we have that option to still order out because, we are in the home a lot and we cook most of our meals, but it's nice to just have somebody else cook and to support those businesses as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I made some banging steaks last night.
You sure did.
Goodness
that fillet?
Gracious.
mignon. It was quite tasty.
Money.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, tonight was one of those nights I worked in the yard all day and you did some work on your things, and then we both took turns watching Lucille. So, I mean, it was a long day, and we were just like, you know what? We're going to order out.
Yeah.
And it worked out perfectly.
It was a beautiful day.
It was gorgeous. All right, Jilly, we have a challenge that we've been doing, and we're going to extend to our listeners as well.
Yes. So to kind of introduce this, I had just been reflecting since we have a lot of time.
We do have a lot of time.
And I really wanted to just challenge myself. And I thought, I wonder if other people are out there that need this challenge as well, because I needed some motivation or a purposeful push just to do positive as health actions towards moving forward with who I am as a person and just kind of up-leveling myself in any capacity. It could be mentally, socially, and emotionally. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to work on this side hustle of mine. It's like, it's more than that. And I think now more than ever, it's really stinking easy to go backwards in certain habits.
It definitely is.
In certain habits that didn't fuel me or didn't inspire me or didn't like really truly excite me. And I don't want to go backwards just because we have more time. I don't want to start those habits. And some of those habits were watching a shit ton of television or just scrolling mindlessly on my phone. And it's so easy to fall back into those habits because we have a lot of time on our hands. And I think sometimes we are always trying to fill the void or to put something in that space. So we're not...
I think for those first 2 weeks, it was very easy for us to go back and go to some of those old habits where we were maybe watching a little bit more TV. Well, we were watching more TV than what we normally do. Mm-hmm. And, just kind of some of those things that scrolling, like you said, on the phone mindlessly, like that was just a big part of the time. And, it gets tiring after a while.
Yeah. And I mean, again, it's just a distraction.
Yeah.
It's just a distraction from what's going on. It's not fueling me. It's not helping me move forward. It's literally just keeping me stuck and numb in a way. And I know better. And I know it's okay to go backwards because when you go backwards, that makes you motivate to go forwards again because you realize, oh shit, like this is happening. I have to readjust myself. And self-reflection is huge. And with all this time, it's really helping me realize that, you know what? I don't want to stay stuck.
Yeah.
I want to be in this moment, in this time, this crazy, interesting situation, but I think I can still move myself forward and whatever that looks like. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I guess when this whole thing happened, when you were sent home and then I started working from home, it almost kind of seems like a vacation a little bit, even though, we're still working very hard, during the day.
Yeah.
It's a different situation than we ever have been in. And just like vacation, sometimes you're ready to just get back to it. And I think we had our quote unquote vacation, and now it's like, okay, let's get back into what we were doing before. Let's, keep our routines up and let's challenge ourselves to better ourselves. And that's what we're doing.
And I found an opening quote that kind of is going to start us off. It's by Dr. Billy Ausbrooks.
Ausbrooks, all right.
Yeah. You can either chase your goals or chase the distractions. You can't do both.
It's true.
So the challenge...
Choose your path.
We haven't even talked about what it's called.
Yeah.
So this challenge is something we came up with when we were walking with Lucille.
Nice little walk in the evening.
Nice neighborhood walk.
Yeah, we've been taking a lot of those.
We have, and a lot of time to think. And I told Nick that I was like, all right, I want to challenge ourselves to either... I call it the CCC challenge.
The triple C's.
So I either want to consume something positive, create something positive, or connect with something positive. So consume, create, connect. I wanted to motivate us to either do all three in one day or just to pick one and make sure that we're either doing one of those things.
We first started talking about it. You're like, we got to do all three in one day. And
those are high expectations.
It's a lot. And so it's like, let's at least do one.
Yes.
But if you can do more than one, that's a bonus.
So I thought we could just dive into some of the things we were consuming, some of the things we have created, and then some of the things we have connected.
Absolutely. You want to kick it off?
I am.
All right.
So some of the things we've been consuming that have been motivating, I've been reading again.
Yeah, you have.
So right now, podcasts have kind of trickled off. And you know what? That's okay. I listen to podcasts on my commute to work. Now I don't have a commute to work.
Right.
And it's a little bit difficult and tricky to make the time for that to happen, because when I go on walks with Lucille, I actually want to listen to nature. It sounds corny, but I do. And I don't want to put in headphones at that time and listen to something. So
she also has a lot to say too now.
So true. So now I am reading again before bed, and I love it. I've missed reading. So I'm consuming some positive books now.
Yeah. And I plan on consuming some positive books. My consuming and creative has been a little on the low side, but my connection has been a little bit, I've been kind of focusing on that a little bit more. But, the one thing that I do want to consume is a good book. And I think we're probably going to end up reading this book at the same time, but it's The Start With Why by Simon Sinek. And I started that a long time ago and just got distracted. And I really enjoyed like just reading the opening and everything like that. And for some reason I put it aside. So I'm really excited with that, because I think that's something that we've been trying to be more mindful of, with this podcast. Well, why are we doing it? And it goes into each episode. Well, what's our why with this episode? And so I think that's going to be a great book for us to kind of dive in together. And maybe you have a little book club. What do you think about that, Jilly?
I've always wanted to be in a book club. Like, seriously.
With me? Or just in a book club?
Just in a book club. And
Damn it, I thought it was just with me.
But now it'd be fun to be in a book club with you. And then we can have something, not that we don't have anything to talk about, but now we can really focus our attention on this book. Hopefully it's a good book.
It's going to be something that'll help us grow. And then you just finished up a good book that I want to get into as well. Why don't you share a little bit about that one?
It's called Disrupt You. I don't remember the author. I can see the book, I just can't read that far. It's a heavy read, and this guy he has been the owner or creator of a lot of companies, and he's very successful in that he's doing things that bring purpose and meaning to him. But he gives all of these different examples, not just in his life, but from other companies who just do things differently and very creatively to get where they want to go. And it's very fascinating. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to diving into that one too. And I mean, from what it sounds like, we're gonna be quarantined for
a while.
For a while. So I'll have some time to finish this book with you. The Start With Whys looks like a pretty short book, so we can probably bang that out in a week, and then I can jump into the Disrupt You. Yeah, and we'll put the links to those books in our show notes as well.
For sure.
So that you guys can check them out and maybe read along with us. We're going to have a bigger book club.
And I put this in here. I don't know if it really is up-leveling me, but I wanted to put it in here just to bring some lightness and some humor to this challenge. But when we started watching more TV, we did watch 2 movies. And they were enjoyable. I haven't seen a movie in a long time, and it was very fun just to watch a movie. And one of the movies we watched was Jumanji 2.
Yes.
And we never even saw the first one. Like, I thought it was the first
I saw like
remake,
the original Robin Williams one. Yeah,
but
which we thought,
it was not the case. It was not like the first remake of Jumanji. It was actually Jumanji 2, and it was really, really funny.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
And I also watched Frozen 2 with Lucille.
Yeah, I've kind of been in and out on that one. I haven't seen that one fully through, so I'm sure one day.
But in a way, it was kind of like we were connecting with people at the same time. So I think we can kind of count it. But I just wanted to be real and be like, listen, we did watch some TV and it happened, and it was fun and enjoyable with the family.
Yeah. So do you want to do Connect next?
We can.
All right. So it's been really tough not being able to go to my parents' house in Delaware. We had planned to go to my parents' house way back in, I think it was February. And then that was right around the time Lucille got croup. And so we had to cancel our trip because my mom was preparing for surgery on her foot. So we ended up postponing that. And then we had planned on going 2 weeks after her surgery, and that's when this whole thing kind of took off. And they told I think they ended up getting a stay-at-home order or something like that in Delaware, and so we put that off. But luckily there is great technology out there. There's FaceTime if you have an iPhone, you have Google Duo, there's WhatsApp. I mean, there's just an endless amount of ways that we can connect with people. People have been doing Zoom, and so We just did our first family Zoom the other night.
So is this connect or create?
I said connect, right?
You said create.
Did I? Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, I meant connect. So we're talking connect then. We're gonna have to go back and play the pretty video tape.
You don't believe me, do you?
No, I thought I said connect.
All right.
All right.
We'll find out.
Yeah. But anyways, we got on as a family. My brother lives on the eastern shore of Maryland, and my parents in Delaware. So we all got on a Zoom the other night, and we had a lot of fun.
It was
just good for us to all catch up. And I caught up with some friends that I used to work with when I worked back in mortgages way back in the day. My buddy in San Francisco. So for me, the connection thing has been really huge. I've been trying to reach out to folks that I haven't talked to in a while just to see how they're doing, how their families are doing, and just seeing how they're getting through this craziness. And, it's sparked some really great conversations. So I'm really glad that, the positives out of this thing is that I've been able to reach out to more people that I've been meaning to, and it's forcing me to do that.
For sure.
And I look back on it, I'm like, why do I have to feel forced to do this? I should have been doing it more anyway.
Well, now we don't have that, in quotes, excuse to say, I don't have time. We have so much time now. And I think that is what's so great about this experience is that now, like my list from this challenge, I do have more bullets for connect. So I think that says a lot. It says that we want to connect socially, but... Mm-hmm.
We crave it as human beings.
We do. We so crave that. And I also had a Zoom happy hour with some old friends, which was so fun. I probably drank too many cocktails, which was only 2.
You didn't eat beforehand.
Man, but I had such a good time just shooting the shit with my girls. Mm-hmm. And it kind of is initiating me just to do that more frequently. Like, let's do this again next week. And somebody on Instagram, shout out to Steph, who was like, hey, if you do a happy hour, I would totally show up. And I've never met her in person, but I was like, that would be fun. It's motivating me now to do a Zoom with I've never met in real life people on Instagram that I've connected with. I'm like, hey, why don't we just get on and just say, like, no purpose really, except for connecting. Like, how are you doing? Like, what's going on? And just meet new people. And I find that when I meet strangers, like when we went out to visit Michelle Knight, previous episode, I forgot what episode when we interviewed her.
58.
It was so invigorating. Like meeting someone that you've never met before in real life, but you've connected on social media. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of motivated now just to put something out there. And if there's only 2 people, then cool. We're going to have an intimate conversation connecting to some people on social media. But yeah.
So should people hit us up and let us know if they want to do this?
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Go check us out at Instagram at simplified.chaos and let us know if you want to do a virtual happy hour with us. I think that would be awesome.
With some cocktails?
That's right.
Maybe.
And I'll be wearing my cocktail shirt like I'm wearing right now.
It's a sweet Simplified Chaos shirt you got there.
It is.
Yeah, I like it. We've also been connecting with neighbors more since everybody's outside walking.
Oh, yeah.
We're staying our 6 feet away. Maybe not our kids, but
Yeah, our kids are like all about like getting in front of each other and touching. It's crazy, but
their toys, yeah.
But we're again. It's a very easy thing to talk about. I mean, we all have something in common to talk about right now, and it's this isolation. And it's just been really great, getting to know our neighbors a little bit better and just seeing how they're doing, making sure that them and their families are doing all right. And so, at times like these, this is like when communities really come together. So it's been really great just to connect with them. And it's not just saying hi as we're mowing the lawn. Like we'll come together in the middle of the court and just start talking and just seeing how everyone's doing. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely bringing out a lot of conversation since we all have some common ground.
Yes.
We all have something in common.
It's affecting us all.
And someone else I've been connecting with hardcore is my girl Lucille.
Oh, yeah.
Being home with her all day is, man, it's enlightening and exhausting, but so freaking beautiful. We've been playing so much. And she is my new movement trainer. She keeps me going nonstop.
Oh, yeah.
And she's my new life coach because she is teaching me all about life every single freaking day. Like the joy and excitement that she gets from seeing everyday small things is so inspiring.
It really is. And it also, not only is this crisis like opening up things and, showing us that things that we might be taking for granted. It's like she shows us the things that we're taking for granted as well. And just like you said, the excitement of just staring at the moon or an airplane or whatever it is. I mean, it's just, it makes you want to be like a child. And I get really excited too. I'm like, yes, the moon, or yeah, an airplane. And you know, it kind of brings that childhood, my child self out.
I feel like having kids, the purpose of kids is to kind of reel us back in, to remember how lucky we are to be alive. And like today, walking with her, it was a Lucille led walk. Like I just let her lead the way, except for walking in front of cars, obviously. But anytime we saw something and we had to leave it, you know, she calls the sewer circles. So we had to leave the circles, and she was, you know, standing on it, and then she would be balancing, and I'd be like, balance, balance, balance. As we're walking away, she's like, bye balance, bye circle, bye balance. And then we stopped, and I was like, oh, look, a caterpillar. And so we're leaving it. Bye caterpillar, bye circle, bye balance, and just kept saying it. I'm like, man, she recognizes everything. And it's just, I don't know how to put it into words. Like that, it's just very humbling.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you would be at work right now and I'd be at work instead of at home, and missing a lot of this growth and development. And it's been just extremely rapid right now. I mean, just every day is like, did she just say that? She was just like, I love bacon. I'm like, all right, that's my girl.
Best sentence ever.
You know, we went to a little park today. The playground was closed, which I get it. Which she kept on wanting to go over to the slide and the swing, but we walked around, and there was a couple softball fields or baseball fields, and the bases were down. So it was like, hey, let's run the bases. And so we were running from first to second to third, and then from third to first, and in the wrong direction, and just having a good time. But like, she's starting to get those kinds of things and saying first base, you know, second base, and it's just like, wow, this is awesome. So yeah, I mean, connecting with Lucille has just been a huge like perk of this whole thing.
Agreed. So yeah, that's my connection.
All right, so let's get creative, Jilly.
Create. So I've been starting to write again. I've been blogging more, and I used to have my own Etsy shop because I love calligraphy. I love writing and drawing, and I don't know what came over me. I just opened up one of my quote books, and I just started writing them out on pieces of paper. Yeah,
if you follow us on Instagram, you've probably seen a couple of those quotes.
Probably. And I just literally just took some scrap paper and just cut them in different shapes, and then just took a marker and I just went at it, and I couldn't stop. Like, I was doing it probably for maybe an hour straight. And then I said, I was looking at it and I was like, you know, I'm not sure, what am I going to do with these quotes? And I was like, maybe somebody would like to get one in the mail, just like as a little uplifting note, a little positivity to their day. Plus, I feel like we don't really mail things anymore. It's always email or, you know, everything's so virtual. So I was like, I'm going to reach out and see if anyone needs an uplifting quote or some words. And about 5 people have reached out to me so far. I've mailed some positive notes out, and I still have some more.
So that's why the flag's been up on the mailbox.
Yes. So shout out to anyone who needs a little uplifting or some quotes in their mailbox, literal mailbox. The real one, not the virtual one. I still have some left, and it's been really fun.
And Jill washes her hands and doesn't pick her nose or anything like that.
Jesus. You can trust me, I swear.
Yeah.
But I also have been creating some freebie stuff for the Clean and Simple Life.
Yeah.
That I've been really working hard on, just to give out to people to help them simplify meal planning and health, especially this time. And I've also been creating more fun meals.
Yeah, you have.
Just using what we have, doing some fridge dumps and using leftovers and just coming up with some banging concoctions.
Oh yeah. No, it was funny. I think on Friday our fridge was damn near bare because we had fridge dumped everything, and it's just like, it's not like we're in a quarantine and we have everything stacked up in there. Like we haven't gone to the grocery store and like bought extra shit except for tuna
and beans.
Yeah, that was the only thing. But I mean, we were bare on Friday, and you know, obviously we went to the store and everything like that and filled back up. But yeah, we've been very creative with the meals, and you've made some really great meals over the past week. So A+ from this guy right here.
Thank you. But I think, I don't know if this counts. I guess it counts in my perspective, but I think we've been creating a pretty playful environment in here.
We have.
I think we've been playing a lot more now, which I love because I think we should never stop playing. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the work and the responsibilities of adulthood that we forget to play. And playing is so important.
Yeah.
And we've been playing more as adults together in the bedroom and outside the bedroom.
Yeah. We had a nice fire last night.
Yeah.
And it was a perfect night. So we were outside for probably about 5 or 6 hours, just, throwing logs on the fire and throwing back some whiskey and having a cigar. It was awesome.
I was in bed, but
you were. You went
smelled
to bed.
delicious when you came up. I was like, I just smell a campfire. But yeah, I think we've just been creating a lot of time for play and enjoyment and just things that we love doing, but maybe we felt rushed or too busy before because majority of our time was commuting and working and commuting and working. So it's really awesome having that time to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. My thing, creativity has been a little down for me just over the last couple of weeks, and partly because of with work, it's required a lot of creativity there. Just with we've shifted a lot from sales marketing to service marketing and making sure that our customers are taken care of, and so it's forced me and my team to pivot a little bit and shift our focus and direction. And we're still trying to balance those bigger projects that we were working on the sales side, but we've been really focused on making sure that our customers are taken care of. So it's taken a lot of the creativity out of me just to do those things and making sure that they're taken care of. But I think things are starting to get a little bit back to normal, as far as our direction there. And so I want to start focusing some time and start getting a little creative. And I'm more the outdoor creative. Like I'm like really trying to figure out ways to like spruce up our patio this summer. And I've got some ideas, and hopefully when Home Depot is not a full on quarantine line, which was I went to Home Depot over the weekend and just standing outside because they can only have so many people in there, and then directing you where to go in the store, and then having the X's everywhere. I was like, I'm going to wait until this is a little bit over. But now I can start kind of planning those things out and kind of picturing in my mind what I'm going to do back there. So I'm really excited about that.
Good, babe.
Yeah. Anything
all right.
else?
So I'm going to do a little, I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but I want us to name one thing in each category, something that, you can even re-say what you did, something that we're excited about that we're going to do. Like we haven't done yet, but it's like, it's going to happen because it's on our goal list of what to do. So something you're enthusiastic to consume is what?
That book. The start. Okay. I'm actually really excited to start with why. And it was funny. I was downstairs in the basement. I think I was on a call. This is like the very first week that I was working from home, and I was still working in the dining room, but taking calls down in the basement. And I was on a call, and I just looked over at our bookshelf, and I saw that book, and it just stood out to me. And I was just like, I want to read that book. So as I'm on the call, I grabbed it off the shelf and, pulled it down and made sure that I took it upstairs with me because I want to start diving into that. So yeah, I'm really excited to dive into that book.
And I had the same thing. I said, I'm just enthusiastic to consume a new book. I wasn't very specific because honestly, I wasn't sure yet.
Yeah.
But if anyone has some recommendations, I know I've been getting some, and it's going to be really difficult to pick. But if anybody has like must read that have been really uplifting or inspiring for them, please shout out to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Something you're enthusiastic to create.
I'm ready to create a nice little, I want to call it like our own paradise on the back patio. Like it is right now, like it's fine, but like I want to do some things like get the canvas over it so we get some shade over there, and maybe tie some lights into that. So I've got some ideas that I haven't run by you yet, but I know we've talked a little bit about it before. And don't laugh. Somebody just broke wind in here.
Since when do you say broke wind?
But yeah, we've talked a little bit about what we're going to do on the patio, and I'm just excited to get out there. Like I did yard work for the first time, this year because, the lawn needed to be mowed and everything like that. So now I'm just really excited to be outside.
So now that you said it, you have to do it.
Yeah, it's happening.
I'm excited to see this.
Hell yeah.
All right. I'm enthusiastic to create sourdough bread.
Ooh, are you going to do it?
I've been wanting to bake bread for a very, 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 very long time. And I always said I never have time. But you know what? I fucking have time.
Yeah, time.
And I'm doing it.
All right.
Yes.
I will be your taste tester.
Oh, gosh. All right. And the last thing, something you're enthusiastic to connect with. Things or people.
Things or people.
So I can do it while you're thinking if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm enthusiastic to connect with my students because we are going to be doing this thing called, quote unquote, distance learning.
Learning, yes.
So I'm excited just to see their faces and just to see how they're doing and, you know, just to connect. I don't know. I don't know what to expect on it. It's like a weird thing that we're trying to do here, and I'm going to do my best.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it works out and you're able to, you know, reconnect with a lot of your kids. I don't know if you're going to be able to connect with all of them. I mean, I hope that you are.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you miss their faces. I'm sure they miss you too. So I'm sure when that all goes down that it's going to be a good time, you know.
I hope so.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not concerned about their academics. I'm just concerned about their well-being at this time.
And that's
who knows what they're going
that's
through.
the most important thing right now. And yeah, like you said, their parents may be working more. They might be working less. They might not be working at all.
Yeah.
You know, home life has changed a lot. You know, they might not be, you know, they obviously don't see their friends right now. So that's probably really tough on them too. But, you know, this might be a way for them. Are they going to be able to see like classmates, or is it just going to be like you?
It's just me.
You and then...
I mean, I'm sure I could try and connect more than one of us together, but I really haven't thought about which students to do. I mean, honestly, I haven't been as purposeful and intentional about thinking about that yet because honestly, I don't know who has access and who doesn't. So I will cross that bridge when I get to it. But what about you? What is someone or something you're enthusiastic to connect with?
I want to connect with our friends in Copenhagen. Like on a video call.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that would be fun.
It would be fun.
We haven't talked to them in a while.
We'll have to put
and I know that they've
books.
been on, you know, pretty strict quarantine out there too. So I want to connect with them and see how they're doing and maybe get them and their kid on the phone with Lucille.
Yeah.
And, you know, just to say hi and see how they interact and whatnot. Because it's been fun watching her on the Zoom with our family. She's been singing, dancing, just putting on a performance. So I'd love to get in touch with them.
I love it. So now that we've spoken it and we have to do it.
We have to. Let's make it happen.
Awesome.
And folks, we challenge you to the 3 C's.
The 3 C's. Consume, create, connect.
Awesome. All right. Do we have any resources you want to share?
I do.
With our listeners?
So I found this resource. It was a blog post and it was called Focusing on Yourself, A Guide to Self-Improvement. And there was 3 steps, and there's 2 that I was really like just connected with me. Like I know these 2 are important. So step 1 was just reflection of yourself. That's kind of what I did that sparked this challenge. And then step 2 was cutting ties and distancing. And I thought, how appropriate is this step?
That's very appropriate.
So it says the hardest part about focusing on yourself is the realization that some people and some things need to be cut off. You will never get anywhere in life with the same toxic traits and environment as before. That being said, you need to figure out what you have in your life that is keeping you from focusing on yourself and from becoming your best self. The best people to have around are those with ambition and goals, those that are willing to go the extra mile to achieve their dreams. I had a motivational speaker, Sherman Brown, came to my high school once, and he said something that really stood out to me. If you're constantly hanging out with 4 broke people, you're likely to be the 5th one. You can interpret this whatever way you like, whether it's financially or productively, but the message remains true. If you surround yourself with people who don't want to end up anywhere, you will be like them as well. And I think now we have that time to cut ties and distance ourselves from people that may be bringing us down and not really fueling us to be better. So I think
but we also have the opportunity to do the opposite, to reach out to people who lift us up.
Faux show.
Yeah.
And step 3 is investing in yourself. And I've been doing this.
All in. Yeah.
I am all into investing in myself. Investing in yourself allows you to realize that you don't need anyone to validate your worth and who you are. You become fulfilled and you stop caring about what others think of you. So go ahead and invest in you. Take that class you've always wanted to take just because. Buy that thing you've been wanting to buy since you were 10. Follow that dream everyone thinks is crazy. Dedicate time to yourself. Put time, effort, money, and patience into you. The only person that needs to validate you is yourself. Not your partner, not your friend, your parents, or strangers you see in the street. You. Your life begins and ends with you.
Good shit.
Yes.
There's a lot of great resources out there. Free resources you have to pay, but there's just an endless number that you can do. And if there's a course you want to take that, creative writing or anything like that, there are things out there. So go ahead and do it. You have the time right now.
Anything that's going to better yourself, I think it's so worth it.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. So let's get into that quote of the day.
The quote of the day is by John C. Maxwell. He has the best quotes.
I like him.
The mind will not focus until it has clear objectives. But the purpose of goals is to focus your attention and give you direction, not to identify a final destination.
Hell yeah. I like that.
Just think on that.
It's good shit. All right. And I think our listeners know what their take action is for the day, but do you want to reiterate?
We are challenging you to either consume,
connect,
or create something positive each and every day. And then please share it with us.
Yes.
We would love to see what you're doing that is motivating you to be a little bit better, a little bit happier, a little bit healthier each and every freaking day.
And we will share what we are doing as well. So make sure to follow us on the gram.
On the gram.
And see what we're doing because we're posting.
We posting.
That's right. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you like this episode, please do us a favor and help us spread the message. You can do this by writing a review or by simply sharing this episode with a friend. And remember, sharing sparks a conversation. Conversation leads to action. And action is how we are able to live a happy and intentional as hell lifestyle. We want to thank you all for listening today, and we will see you again next week.
See you later, guys.